Healthy eating starts in the kitchen. Hello, my name is Winnie Chen and I am a registered dietitian. Today, I'd like to show you how to make my version of meatloaf. Before I go ahead and get started, I want to emphasize the importance of home-cooked meals. When you cook at home, not only it helps you to save money, it also is a lot healthier and also it's a lot tastier because you have the control over what goes into your food. Now, once you start cooking more, you realize that, hey, my cooking is a lot better than the food I brought home. Why bother spending the money? Now, let's go ahead and talk about the ingredients here. So when we talk about meatloaf, obviously it's the ground meat that you want to use. For health reasons, people want to choose more turkey instead of like beef. But one of the things I realized when you use ground meat such as turkey is too lean, sometimes too dry. So what I like to do is I like to do half ground turkey and half firm tofu, because adding that tofu will give the texture a little bit more moisture. But the tofu that you use, make sure it's extra firm, and you also want to make sure that you get rid of the extra water. Make sure you pat it really well to get rid of the excess water, because the more moisture you have on the meatloaf, the more easily it will fall apart. So when it comes to meatloaf, it's about taking the ground meat, adding some vegetable in it, and then bind them all together. So what are some of the vegetables that people like to use? Typically, they just call for onion. As a registered dietitian, I always found more ways to add my vegetables. So in addition to onions, I like to put some grated carrots or grated zucchini, whatever I have available. Now you want to season your ground meatloaf. So what you can season with dry herbs, but to get more vegetable in, I actually like to use fresh herb so that I can have more vegetable and also better flavor when you use fresh herb. Okay, now let's talk about the binding factors. Typically a meatloaf calls for breadcrumbs. What I like to use is I like to use oatmeal. Oatmeal is also a great binding agent. Other options including cornstarch and also your eggs. So basically, you take the ground meat, you add a vegetable, you use the binding factor to bind them all together, make it into a meatloaf shape, and then you bake it. To prevent the meatloaf from losing too much moisture, what you also can do is you want to put some tomato sauce. Some people want to just pour some ketchup. That's fine as well. I tend to like these jar kind of tomato sauce. Number one, that it doesn't have the canned tin flavor, and also whatever is left over, I found that I can just close the lid and store it in my refrigerator for a little bit longer. Okay, now let's go ahead and get started.
Don't you think that's too healthy?